A group of concerned citizens, in representing those affected by police action in the Batu Caves incident on November 25th, submitted a memorandum to the Malaysian Human Rights Commission, Suhakam, urging the condemnation of police actions at the temple and racial profiling by the government and authorities. The group presented photographic evidence showing police herding and confining worshippers and those gathering to join the Hindu rally in the temple and then firing tear gas and water cannons into them.
On 25th November 2007, the Batu Caves temple was under siege. It was under siege, and largely because of the conduct of the Police Diraja Malaysia. So therefore we are here to raise a formal complaint against the conduct of the Police Diraja Malaysia. That's number one. And the other second issue is the issue of racial profiling of Indians as thugs, gangsters, and so on and so forth. We feel both of these issues are uncalled for, unnecessary, and strikes at the heart of democracy in this country. And therefore we are here with other members of civil society, group of concerned citizens, including the Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall Youth Section, the various other writers association, including members of other groups here to raise our concern.
They were accompanied by eyewitnesses of the Batu Caves incident and some of those who had been remanded.
Good morning, Dato'. My name is Ashok. I reside around Batu Caves, and my intentions of going on that day was to give moral support to our fellow Indians. I was there as early as 2:30 in the morning, and we were all just seated in the field, just waiting for the right time to leave Batu Caves and head towards KLCC. That was the idea of gathering in Batu Caves, just to go there in a big group. And as time was catching up at about 4:30, as we were assembling in force to march out very peacefully and shouting slogans of Daulat Tuanku, they clamped on us. They closed the gates. They did not let us go. And then came a few of us. You were inside the temple? Yes, we were all still inside the temple. And there were these people who actually organized it, who went on to talk to the police to let us go. And after some negotiations for about nearly half an hour, 45 minutes, nothing happened. So we just sat exactly where we were standing. Inside the temple. Inside the temple. And just as all this was going on, as we can see, some of them who were gathered were very eager to leave the temple premises, either to go back home or to go to KLCC, because the idea was to go to KLCC. Now, as this was in the process, some of them were caught by police, were dragged on the roads and put into their vans. This was witnessed by lots of us in Batu Caves. Now, this is exactly what angered some of them who were there, and I don't know, suddenly there were a lot of the stones flying out, and it became worse. And after that, they just started pumping tear gas inside. In fact, I have still not recovered from the tear gas effects. I don't sound like this, I sound even more better. But now my voice has been affected for more than a week. I've had headaches, and this is only what I have experienced. But there are lots of other people who have had many other experiences. I have seen people fainting in the field who have been having asthma, and the tear gas was not helping either. So this is exactly what happened on that day. And the police, if according to what they say, according to what my friends say, they did not have bodily contact, it's totally rubbish.
Pagi. Okay, nama saya Ramesh Kumar. Saya pada hari 25 hari bulan pagi, saya pergi sembahyang bersama keluarga saya di Batu Caves. And bila ramai dah berkumpul dekat sana, Ethereum masuk dalam dan tangkap saya dengan adik saya dan tolak mak saya jatuh, dan seorang pegawai daripada sana dia minta IC saya. And then bila saya ditahan di PKKL, saya ditahan selama sehari remand dekat sana. Then diorang saya minta balik, bila saya diriliskan diorang minta saya minta balik IC saya. Then diorang kata IC saya hilang daripada simpanan diorang. So saya ada buat report polis. And second of all, masa diorang tangkap saya, diorang cakap cara ni cukup besar isu agama lah. Okay? Diorang cakap kenapa korang balik Batu? Batu kan Tuhan kamu. So that is very sensitive to me. So saya tak tahu lah bila apa polis cakap macam tu pada saya pun tak boleh marah. Bila saya tolak belakang pun dia sepak-sepak tendang saya dengan my family all, dia untuk sepak-sepak. Padahal kita pergi sembahyang saja. So saya tak tahulah, saya pernah ambil tindakan pada pihak polis yang cakap tak ada body contact, semua tu memang penipuan besar lah tu. Baik, okay, itu je lah. Terima kasih.
Lawyer N. Surendran described the police action as sheer barbarism.
Commissioner, I think from the photographs and the behavior of the police, one can only describe what the authorities did that day as absolute barbarism. The people were actually herded into a closed place, and having locked the gates and having allowed them no chance of escape, tear gas was shot into the compound. I think everyone is aware the impact or the effect of tear gas upon persons who suffer from it. It would have been absolute torture for those people who were trapped within the compound of the temple. Now, we are concerned, I think the whole of Malaysian society should be concerned, and we are certainly concerned, that the police force is resorting to this sort of barbaric act. And I stress the word barbaric because it has come to a stage where no other word describes it.
The group also asked Suhakam to advise Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Nazri Abdul Aziz, to stop racial profiling of Indians. The Minister had referred to the rally participants as thugs.
To call Indians in a blanket approach as ruffians, thugs and so on and so forth is really unacceptable, because it will not take long for us to say something back to the Minister as well. But we are much more civilized and much more polished people though. We also can be uncivilized if we want to though. But at this point we don't want to do that. But what we want to do is call upon Suhakam to send an immediate letter to the Minister saying stop the racial profiling though, and to the Barisan government, stop the racial profiling though. This is not helpful at this point in time though.